Is There an Afterlife? Narrated by Hilda Halfman and
Veronica Holmes. What are you afraid of? Maybe it's spiders?
What about snakes?
Oh my, zombies.
Or could it be
Death.
Why are we so afraid of death? It is an inevitable part of life, but we still try to avoid it at all cost. We go to such lengths to keep ourselves alive. And for what? Is it due to the fears that religion and cultures influenced our thinking? Is it the fear of missing out or being alone?
Religions and cultures lead us to believe there is an afterlife. These religious beliefs go as far as saying if you do well in this life, you will be promised certain destinies. These destinies include nirvana, heaven, and certain gifts or status. Forever.
Religion has defined the afterlife as eternal, so fear has been instilled in our minds and led us down the path of watching our actions.
Religious and spiritual traditions have tried to replace human beings' fear of phantoms and of the unknowns with some teaching that promises human beings the possibility of life after one's demise.
While such beliefs in rebirth or resurrection were at one point widespread, the postmodern years have witnessed a dramatic reduction in the total proportion of believers, and with that has come a rising horror of deaths. Immortality. Belief in the concept of immortality is one of the oldest of beliefs by humanity.
Religions, cultures.
Judaism explains how the soul will blame the body for its actions. Judgment will take place after the coming of the Messiah. Although many Jews believe that they will be punished or rewarded after death for the way in which they have lived their lives, there is no clear teaching about heaven.
Ancient Egyptians weighed your heart against a feather to see if you were fit to be part of the underworld. If your heart was heavy with misdeeds, you would be fed to a demon.
Christians believe that St. Peter is waiting at the pearly gates to let you in. Unless your name didn't make the list, then you were sent to hell. So you were banished to torture for all eternity instead of being at peace.
Philosophers. Some philosophers believe that death is nothing to fear.
Socrates didn't think there was a way to prove or disprove that there was an afterlife. He thought death would be one of two things that should not be feared. Firstly, a dreamless sleep. Then,
Secondly, passage to another life to be with those that have died previously. He believed that in this life we would be rid of our day to day nuisances like eating and sleeping.
Epicurus rejected the belief of an afterlife altogether. He felt that death should not be feared since death is the cessation to sensation. So enjoy life and make the most of the feeling that you have, because when you die, all feelings will stop. And do not worry when those feelings would stop.
Zhangzi proclaimed we should not fear the death of a loved one when it is inevitable. Death is a part of the life cycle. Why should we fear or mourn death? He compared it to mourning of the other parts of the life cycle, like mourning the change of an infant to a toddler. So why not celebrate death like we do to to other milestones in life. Hmm, maybe I could try that.
Thomas Nagel theorizes that we fear that we will miss out, and that is why we fear death. He claims that if you think logically, that you will realize cool things happen before your existence and will continue after you're gone. So stop worrying about missing out on something that has not happened, since it will happen with or without you.
Despite the absence of evidence, it cannot be denied that something strange may be ongoing.
For example, how can one fully explain the issue of telepathy, intuition, and even synchronicity, as well as the phenomenon that interests most palliative care employees? And concerning with the latter, medical and psychological causes are viewed as being the more plausible, while at the same time the alternative has all but finally been relegated to the basket of wishful thinking.
Even as the evidence continues mounting, the proponents of the metaphysical continue stating their cases, both in medical and popular press. Their voices may be softer than those done by their opponents, but a good number among the Western world prefer to listen to them for whatever it is that they have to state is more appealing or satisfied the most unconscious fears of oblivion. Based on ongoing knowledge, the possibilities of life after death may at best be viewed as unknown or at worst a myth.